David, a
Yes.
story, an anecdote that illustrates the sort of person you're able to help and how.
Yes, certainly. The CEO of a company, which I can't obviously name, had a real problem. After the GFC, sales were impacted. Key staff left. He couldn't replace them easily, and he didn't know quite what to do. The remaining staff were nervous and uncertain. Productivity went down the tubes. He was really, really stressed. I sat with him in a coaching scenario, and I asked him a number of questions about the things that he's done that were really effective already in the past. And I said, now, I had this conversation, a very structured conversation with him about how he was able to take from his successes and adapt them to the current situation. What could he do to attract the right people? What could he do now to help his people feel confident about their future? What are the things that he needed to do? And most of all, does he not understand that the stress that he's feeling is not caused by the situation? It's caused by what he's thinking about the situation. And he's doing the stress, he's causing the stress himself. And so we had a good look at that. And we had a number of conversations. And look, it touched into his family life. It touched into the way he was brought up by his father, and how his stress reactions were in fact modelled from his father. And we got him to have a fresh look at the opportunities, not at the problems and the challenges and the fears, the what-ifs. We got him to look at the positive approaches that he's had in the past and bring those to bear. We got him to relieve his stress by thinking about what already works and what he's already what he's really good at. And within 3 months, the whole business had turned around because of his attitude. Because his attitude is infectious. He's a leader. And his stress was being picked up by his people. You can't hide those things. And it's having a huge effect on the business. And so when he came in more positively with some constructive, let's do this, what about that, being inclusive in his conversation, really coaching and inspiring his own people by first of all inspiring himself, motivating himself, by thinking down the right track, made the difference. Because at the end of the day, the people in the business are the experts about that business. It's the way they're thinking about it and the way they're behaving towards it where the help is needed. And very quickly, was another one which interacts very much with what Nathan and I do together, and why it's really a good example. I have this client, a long-term client, who came to me with extreme stress from the workplace and a broken marriage. He was in his mid-30s, pretty fit guy, but he had these headaches. And he assumed that it was stress-induced. Remember that?
That's right. Yeah.
And I had a look at him. I said, look, what have you done about this? Because the headaches didn't seem right to me. But I'm not a doctor. So I asked him, so have you been to your doctor? And yes, he's prescribed me antidepressants and stuff for my stress. I said, look, the level of stress that you're experiencing through work and your marriage, I just don't believe is enough to cause the kind of headaches you're talking about. Will you do me a favour and go and see my doctor? My client went to see Nathan, and Nathan helped to diagnose that he had a brain tumour. That brain tumour has now been sorted, and he's back on the road. He's fully recovered. That's a great story.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a totally integrated approach.
That's fully integrated. It's fully integrated.